Oh, a new listener. Come for a story, I hope. Let's see. What tale shall I read tonight? Ah, here's one. This is a tale of 6 adventurers that, while not always fighting for the purest of intentions, still fought for what they hold dear. Whether that be to save another, riches, or just to spend another day in a tavern. Now, while these adventurers found themselves working together, I still don't think they knew quite what they were getting themselves into. Nevertheless, I welcome you to join me on this tale, to join me in the myth of Draconis.
Cliffhanger episode.
We had 4 cliffhangers last time. Interesting.
I'm trying to remember.
Don't worry about it. I only spent the last 3 or 4 days off and on catching up notes. I got lots to tell you.
Oh dear God, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
That was already set in stone forever ago.
Yeah.
I mean, not
yet.
all of no, excuse me. Not all of you are going to die. Wally already died.
Yay.
Sorry, yeah. Only Theizora is gonna live, just so then they can watch everyone else die.
Well, no, what's gonna happen is
That's my fault, little please.
what's gonna happen is you're all gonna survive this session. I'm gonna get Steve. I'm gonna get Karsten to make his character so he can join. He's gonna shake everyone's hand and say hello, and you're all just gonna explode in front of him. He's just be like, "What the fuck?"
He's a wild magic sorcerer. That's
I knew it.
Warding on all of us.
No, nothing to do with him. He's just gonna walk up, introduce himself, and the punishment for all your crimes as a party are gonna hit you. And he's gonna be new and not have done anything to me yet as a DM, and he's gonna be like, "The fuck?"
Huh? I love bards and nobles.
And then instead what he's going and then instead what he's going to do is he's going to actually help me by running it in of the main NPC that's your next party's patron, not warlock patron, business patron.
Oh, yeah.
Like patron, as in the book they describe in certain settings, namely Eberron, having a patron who's basically your main person you get jobs from.
The sugar daddy.
Yes.
No.
I'll probably let him join despite despite the fact that I will go insane trying to Matt Mercer a 7-person party.
I'm not used to it.
If it helps, you've been doing good so far.
Just because you've had a 7-player party and chaos ensued and you just, accepted it, doesn't mean that this one needs to, derail that hard.
I was going to say this entire
we
party
already do that enough.
This is derailment personified.
Yeah.
We're trying.
It can't get much worse.
That reminds me. I got to keep that phrase in mind, because when we get to campaign 2, there's a good chance that I might start you in the capital where you can actually sign up as a registered adventuring party and get special jobs from the capital and things. And you need to have a registered name.
Yeah, we should.
Oh no, in this group you've definitely started to make a name for yourself. The problem is you've actually, because I started you so far from the capital, you've actually made enough of a name for yourself that I would have to skip you like three of the ranks that you can gain from the government, and I want you to start from the bottom. So I have to wait till next campaign to introduce it.
Damn.
Nah, they decided it doesn't count because we weren't legally adventurers yet, so we have to restart.
No, on the contrary, just in case I did want to introduce it this campaign, it does retroactively count as long as they can prove it through trusted witnesses, which you have plenty of.
Yeah, I was about to say, we've talked to every mayor of the town we've been through.
I'd say a Fae is pretty trustworthy. They've never done anything bad at all.
Was that somebody's like sound system, or did I just hear an adorable person?
No, that
No,
was
no,
an
it's a
infant.
baby.
That was my baby sister. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
That
So,
was
why-
the
why?
Goo Goo Gaga.
They were cute.
Why would you be sorry for that?
I don't know.
It's not like they were crying. They were cute.
Everybody's maternal instincts kicks in. There's a child.
Child.
It's a child. Ew,
Protect
gross.
the child.
What's worse than a predator?
Okay.
A child predator.
Child.
Oh, damn.
Also, Theizora, I feel I should let you know, even though I'm not ready to officially start the game yet. I should let you know, based on the end of last session, he said you have 12 hours for the spell to work. I'm skipping ahead to you already having used 11 and a half hours.
What?
What?
Oh, nice.
What did I do for 11 and a half hours?
I'm
Suspense.
It's like, what he didn't actually know
around.
is that you only get half an hour. He thinks it's 12 hours.
It's supposed to. He gave you one of the defective copies.
Yeah, he fucked up. He picked his nose while he was casting the spell, and he fucked up.
I'll get it for
Decided he wasn't paid enough.
I say,
He wasn't paid at all, technically.
Exactly. So he wasn't paid enough.
Like, hey, if you could do this, we're even.
No, he wants her to get back because his payment is going to be one of the scrolls that he has a very specific use in mind for.
We're just gonna help our demise later.
Excuse me.
She's rubbing her eyes. I think she's tired. But I'm waiting for my mom to finish vacuuming.
It is Betty by time.
Betty by time.
Wait, did we have daylight savings?
Bravo 6, going nappy poo.
What, Meana?
Did we have daylight savings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Savings
Oh,
are
wow.
started.
No,
Ended.
it ended.
Ended.
It happens.
It happened.
Allegedly.
Don't hit me
Oh.
with
It
that.
happened for like a day, and then it disappeared.
Well, I
So
mean,
he turned it on and off again.
I assume it happened on Sunday.
I don't know. We turned it on and off again.
It's usually
Abby,
a
that's nothing
Sunday.
new. Abby says Sheila's way out of the loop. It's like, yeah, that's the barbarian.
Little baby, don't touch
It's
my
like, all right, no bonking right now. Cool, shut off, brain. Oh, bonk time. Cool, bonk. The two modes of a barbarian.
What did I
Pretty
just
much.
want? Yeah, pretty much.
One of these days, I will play a sophisticated barbarian.
The most high class person the world's ever known.
Oh, wait, there's a
Gets
I do have
There's
slightly
the
bumped.
hardest person in the group.
there's a West
I do have
Coast
an idea for a fighter barbarian.
there's a West Coast state that doesn't do daylight savings.
It's, if I
Blah, blah.
remember correctly,
Ah.
in the U.S., Hawaii and Arizona.
I know about Arizona, but they're like Texas time or
Are we?
Mountain time.
No. The only daylight
Aren't they?
saving, I think Mountain Standard Time, right, Ash?
Yeah, we're Mountain Standard Time, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
MST.
But then without the daylight savings, then it's kind of like West
Something.
time.
It's something.
It's an hour later for them because they don't do daylight savings time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just confused because I thought they were mountain time, but then I was like, oh yeah, because they don't do daylight savings, they're mountain time like part of the year, and then they match with West Coast time the rest of the year. Interesting.
Yeah, me and Dash have daylight savings times.
Yeah, I wish we'd get rid of it for the whole country. It's
Yeah,
annoying.
I like this daylight savings because I gained an hour of sleep before going to work that day. I don't like the other one where we lose an hour. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
God damn it! I've turned into a fucking dad. God. Get the shit out of here.
A bobbity boopy.
Yeah.
Bobbity boopy.
I need a rattle. Give me the rattle.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo, you're dead.
Please do. I don't know how old you are, but you sound very young. So please do me a favor, and while Ash is holding you, please take a big poopy.
She's
Yeah.
not even a year yet. She's turning a year.
Take a big
the
poop.
nice and childish way of telling somebody to shit themselves.
Take a nice big poopy.
100%. I would cherish a child, but at the same time, I'd be like, you should shit yourself. That's exactly to its face. I would not sugarcoat shit. It'd be so funny.
You should shit yourself as well.
You just hold the baby's cheeks. It's like, you should shit yourself.
You're in the desired victim's lap. You should shit your pants.
It's like, all right, remember the power word that I told you? Power word crap.
I can't wait for you guys. I can't wait for Vulpe to finally find the guy, all the people in the basement, and show up just in time for the fribbit to take as big a shit as he is.
Yes, the fribbit. Totally not the other name that I thought of.
I haven't decided if fribbit is the name of the weird species, or if he just calls him fribbit.
You can just pull a toad and it's like, yeah, that's my fribbit. What's his name? Fribbit. He's a goblin that lives in the sewer. It's like, that's Toad.
That's my Mog named Mog, or my ape named Ape.
Yep. Look, it's Toad the Toad.
Toad the Toad.
Yep, Toad the Toad.
Technically, he's Toad the Toadstools.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically.
And then we have Toadstool the Toadstool.
That's what we were talking about.
Toadstool the Toadstool.
That's the exact thing we were talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm on topic.
Also,
as much as Sheila, yes.
At some point in my lifetime, I'm not sure when, Princess Toadstool somehow became Peach.
Yeah.
Very confusing.
Yeah. Westernization.
And she was Princess Toadstool in English.
And then it got westernized, because that wasn't apparently appealing.
Well, I mean, their last name has stool in it.
Okay, but Toadstool is to...
it all comes back.
Okay.
I shall do your bidding.
And it all comes back to taking a shit.
Yeah. Full circle.
Not again.
It's not even really a circle. It's more like we took so many turns and ended up in the exact same spot.
We had to take a bunch of turns. Let's say you make the shit swirl.
Okay.
It's just a downward spiral. Yeah, you're right.
Like my life. It's okay.
It's the toilet flushing. Look at you go.
It's the circle of life.
Oh my god, no.
It's the swirl of shit.
Swirling.
Let me come over here. Put that there.
But yeah.
Her name has always been
She's
Princess Peach.
Her birthday, like I said, is in 9 days.
Hmm.
Maybe it might be 11. It's either 9 to 11 days. It's this month. That's gonna be her first birthday.
9 to 11, you say?
Oh, it's the opposite. She was always Princess Peach in Japanese, but she was changed to Toadstool in the West.
Easternization.
Easternization.
Easternization. That's not how that works. It's like, the original was better.
They felt that Peach was irrelevant to the theme of the Mushroom Kingdom.
What?
They are correct.
Right?
I have no idea why
yeah.
the hell she's called Peach.
Yeah.
They like the color pink.
Because she a peach.
Miyamoto liked the color pink.
What are you doing, little baby?
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Go.
Oh,
That's
So-
my
all
Chromebook.
right, we're starting. Everybody shut the fuck up.
All right.
Last time, as soon as I figure out where in this massive text session 15 started. There we go. Theizora began to chase after the Vulpin woman that said she had information to help Theizora with the Wally problem. She seemed to toy with Theizora to get a feel for her light-footed / rogue abilities. Meanwhile, Akemi and Amira returned to find that Theizora had taken off. And I quote, "This made Akemi grumpy." They went downstairs to check on the footprints they could see. And then my exact notes were, they were moister than an oyster. Everyone in the party loves the word moist. Use it often.
Very moist.
Paul, respectfully, fuck you.
I'm moist right now.
Okay.
Ash, respectfully, thank you. Akemi and Amira then tracked the footprints as far as they could until they ran out due to hitting paved roads. Theizora had been running hard for about 15 or 20 minutes, and it caught up to her. In the haze of not mechanical, but story exhaustion and desire to keep up, she took a corner too fast and smacked a wall. The Vulpin woman thought that was rather amusing. She then mocked Theizora, claiming that it was a light jog for her, before helping Theizora from the ground. She then introduced herself as Vulpine, Vulpe's birth mother. Theizora vaguely remembered meetings with Vulpine once or twice as a child. Vulpine apparently believes Vulpe has forgotten his Vulpin roots. She's also concerned about him now turning against Theizora and Akemi's family as well. Theizora then explained why he seems to be doing that, at least it relates to the twins. And then Vulpine began to lead Theizora to their destination. And we cut to the library for research. Vulpe found 4 references to people of history having used disintegrate level magic. 4 names he found were Jimothy Clonesian, Bartholomew Myers, Xavier Hallowell, and Vulpe. It was at this point that Vulpe finally met New. Vulpe took off to check out the book with his name in it. And I quote, fails a sleight of hand check miserably. I, for some reason, wrote track, but it's supposed to be check. New, as a result, can clearly see the book hiding under Vulpe's hat. You also found the list of names through a different book. About 2 minutes after Vulpe had said his name. Vulpe mentioned. I did skim it a bit, so I'm not sure exactly what originally prompted it, but Vulpe at some point did mention the missing letters from ages ago. New wisely decided to ask if the reason they weren't delivered is because they weren't properly marked for postage. Very fair question. Vulpe seemed slightly offended by this, but this isn't in my notes, but Vulpe did seem slightly offended by the question. Not sure why. Perfectly logical question. Then I proceeded to write, Vulpe and New do not know how to talk to each other like people. They both sound like they're talking to the wall, but more weird and awkward.
It was very confusing.
Akemi used locate object on Theizora's sword, but she had left it at the tavern. Tried again on Wally's pendant, and found a ping to her right and underground. She tracked it to the end of an alleyway where the footprints ran out again. Amira found the mechanism to make a wall panel move to the side. She turned it the wrong way first, and it made me, the DM, laugh. She corrected it and got the wall to open up to a long spiral down an underground staircase. Once they stepped past the threshold, it seemed to close and presumably lock behind them, since there was no obvious mechanism on this side. Theizora followed Vulpin down the spiral stairs. They were about 300 to 400 feet deep, which led to a long, slightly windy tunnel that was also about 300 feet. It ended in a simple but very solid-looking iron and wood door. Theizora asked where they are. Vulpin replied with, "If you want help, you need to go to the right place." Vulpin knocked on the door, and a goblin answered. He has a fribbit for a pet. He's willing to help, but needs a favor in exchange. He needs Theizora to break into her parents' house in the past. They apparently have something to help with Wally's resurrection, as well as something that he needs. Also a third spell scroll to get herself home. The scrolls, mechanically speaking, not really spoilers, are a true resurrection for obvious reasons. He seems to want a locate person spell. Get her home. The blue veil spell is readable by whoever wants to use it, because some scrolls, depending on how they're written, can only be used by casters. Other ones are free use items for hopefully not leaving you stranded in the past reasons. You'll be able to read that one if you find it. No one can know she had been there, because messing with the past messing with the future can have some consequences, but they're a lot less extreme because you're the one from the past. So as long as you don't learn too much about the future, you can mostly keep that in check. Messing with your past can literally undo you from history, potentially. So don't fuck it up. She's going to... My actual notes, that was all just freehand. My actual notes say, she's going to her parents' house in 1235 PD, 11 years in the past. So not seeing herself is most imperative. She agreed, at which I didn't take the whole conversation, but she agreed, which led to my favorite part of the conversation, where he said, "Fantastic! About time I finally found someone to try this on." And Theizora responded, "Wait, you haven't tested this before?" And he replied, "Of course I have, just never on a person." And then she faded off, saying, "Is that how you got your..." and presumably nodding to the thing. He went, "Oh, that? No, that we don't talk about that." Theizora then agreed to go. She read the scroll together there and went poof. Immediately after, across town, or rather further up the stairs, Akemi and Amira got a message from one Jimothy Clonisian, that said, "Where's Theizora?" Again, for some reason, I also keep turning him into a weird Brooklyn guy. It's just because it's a fun voice to do, and it's a lot less high pitched than the fucking Joker voice. Amira said replied, apparently, because I like to write two things that mean the same fucking thing. There we go. Amira replied with, "We don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out." Now that I've introduced both of them to the conversation, you can assume, unless I say otherwise, I'm jumping back and forth between them. So he went, "Where's Theizora?" She went, "We don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out." When is Theizora? What the fuck does he mean? When is she? What do you mean? What do I mean, Amira? When is Theizora? Now? I don't fucking know. She's not now, because she just disappeared off my radar. Wait, what? She's not in this timeline. Then Amira uttered a bunch of curses. Vulpe also got a message from Jimothy. "Are you with Theizora?" "No, we left her back in the inn. What happened?" "She's gone." "What do you mean she's gone?" "I mean, as far as I can tell, I mean..." And then he sort of faded out, which was actually because we were kind of talking over each other, but I just made it a pause. I mean, as far as I can tell, and then you had to think about how to say it, I can't sense her anymore. Oh God, do we have books about the multiverse theory in the library? Chatter, 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 Vulpin Wizard loses marbles. New checks high shelves and finds a book that is unnerving to his touch. Sheila made a terrible librarian joke. I ran with it, and the librarian is now a polar bear. When Vulpe touches the weird book, X messages him in his head. Also, he doesn't feel weird when he touches it. X messages him in his head. You found it. You found one of the things I needed you to find for me. Well done. I'll hand it over once I'm done. I just need to see if this has what I need. Vulpe opened the book and failed a con save badly. A face on the cover came to life, launching temporarily off of the book. It bit Vulpe's throat for some necrotic damage, and, to quote my notes, pause. We'll see what else. Lips flapping on the book as they look closer match the message in his head. He tries to use fear on his patron via the book. X responded with, really? Then we got, now's not the time for jokes and games. I have someone I need to save. And then he proceeded to go, who's joking? Bring me the goddamn book before I pop your pathetic skull. You're mine, you little bitch. Don't forget it. You want your knowledge or not? Then tell me where to bring it. Bring it back where we started. Was the response. Vulpe leads everyone to the dorms. Akemi and Amira finally find the end of the stairs and tunnel. The door is closed and locked. Amira starts knocking. What do you want? What did you do with my sister? That depends who your sister is. Theizora, she was just down here, then she disappeared. Oh, I sent her back in time. What do you want? Then Vulpine opened the door. Don't mind him. He's a little bit abrasive. Please come in. Akemi then after some brief chatter, Akemi gave pets to Fribbit. Then he calmed a little once he saw that Fribbit liked you. And continued. Yeah, I sent her back in time. Can I ask why? She wants to save a boyfriend. I needed help. I needed a test subject from a time spell. It worked, by the way. Did she go back in time to collect something? Yeah, 3 scrolls. 1 for the spell you need to save a boyfriend, 1 for the spell I need, and 1 for the spell to get home. I see. Yeah, we're not going to talk about the fact I sent her on a one-way trip. I'm hoping she gets back. Me too. Be ashamed to waste all those years perfecting that, then have her not get home. And I guess it'd be sad and stuff too. I just really, really hope she doesn't do anything stupid while she's there. It could fuck up the timeline. Where did you send her anyway? You said you're her sister? Yes. At your house 11 years ago. And then I could have put it in dialogue, but I just chose to shorthand the notes because I was getting close to, because it was game time already. In theory, if she's not back in 12 hours, the spell will reverse, but no idea what condition she'll be in when she returns. However, she knows the house, so she should be back in an hour. Vulpe then met up with X, as they were about to discuss and probably exchange for the book. Out the window, a huge flash of red lightning was seen in the distance. Vulpe, having dealt with X a few times now, could tell he was seeing or thinking of something or sensing something. And X proceeded to say, interesting. And that was where we ended.
Oof.
So,
we
begin.
Recap.
We re-begin with me realizing I need to make a new notes section because I am, in fact, for the sake of my sanity, just going to start writing it in the day 15 area because I'm probably going to give you downtime after this anyway.
Yippee!
Woo!
Yahoo!
At the
All right.
library.
Apparently, in Mario Party.
That is not quite right, I don't think.
And everyone's level 7, right?
Yes, and everyone leveled up to 7. That is correct. That is not quite right. Need to move that just like half an inch. Move. That lines up better. Okay. 15, 16, 17. We have been in this campaign in game for 2 weeks.
We survived 2 weeks.
Oh,
2
Let's
weeks.
go.
that's
Well,
amazing.
That's
New
good.
record.
You guys survived 2 weeks.
Okay, shut up.
Oh, that's right. Most of
Yeah,
us.
Oh yeah, you're forever gonna be behind us by like just a few days.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm always with you guys. Theizora is carrying me
In
around.
spirit. Yeah, we have you in the
Ah.
jar.
It's the jar.
It's on my OBS. It's right next to Theizora.
We
It's
love
not
this.
moving.
I was
You
wrong.
bitch.
It was in the right spot the first time.
I'm
That
pretty
looks
sure
better.
they just called me fast in DMs.
What?
You want to explain yourself, dude?
Excuse me.
Anyways,
So, picking up from there, where are we starting? That is a good question.
which cliffhanger do you want to work on first?
This is the question.
all of them.
I mean, yeah, in due time.
None
I
of them.
mean-
You make new characters.
Alright.
No.
But I already made a new character.
Oh my god. A new
Don't
new.
worry, I already
you can
wrote
keep-
9 backups.
You can keep yours.
Yeah.
You just need to revert back to level 1.
His journey to here. Let's go.
Let's see.
Dude went New Journey Plus.
Who did
Let's
he
just-
like get
Let's
killed?
decide this the fairest way I know how.
I mean,
Nice.
I can go hit on the furry librarian if we need time.
You would love that, wouldn't you?
I think you forget Paul has to.
Why?
Me at least. There we go. I know there's at least one D4 in this set. It's a bit of a wonky set because it's actually designed specifically for fighters, so there's extra of some of the more common fighter dice in them.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
All right.
Oh, you're so cute.
So we look at the.
Good girl.
Let me look in order here. You two are together, so that's 1, 2,
A 3.
3.
Did nobody get that reference?
I didn't hear it, sorry. I'm
He
trying to
said
learn
1,
Blender.
2, and then I said a 3.
What are you,
Okay.
Count fucking Dracula?
So
No.
interestingly,
I know what you're talking about.
interestingly enough, I split it. I rolled a D4 because there was 4 stories, and I split it up into who is where. Altie and Amira were both 1, so I only counted 1 on, and I'm doing it in basically group order. New and Sheila are currently together, so that's 2. Theizora is 3, and obviously Vulpe's with New and
I
Sheila.
thought
So
me, Sheila, and Vulpe all went.
that's
to the
what I
same
was.
place.
I just said that.
You
I'm
said only
going
me?
down.
Yeah.
I'm going down the chat list. Akemi and Amira were together. That's 1. New and Sheila are 2. Theizora was 3. And then I doubled back to Vulpe, who's also part of 2. I rolled a 4, which means I'm actually going to cut to a story that none of you are directly at right now.
Gasp.
Big gasp.
Now, for the purpose of describing it, I will say Group 2 is the ones who are going to be seeing the thing. You see 2 more flashes of that red lightning, and then you can see that it's almost like the clouds themselves were red, and all of a sudden they part, and you don't see anything else.
Oh.
Something's a brewing.
What the hell is that? Some kind of magic? I don't trust it.
I would assume so. I hope so.
Wait, is this inside the library or did we go outside?
No, we're in the dorms, aren't we, at this point?
Yeah, you're in.
We're
You're in his dorm room from college,
seeing
and
this
you
through a
saw
window.
through the window. It's far off in the distance somewhere.
The horizon is exploding.
So, since I didn't want to go too deep into that with no one physically there to see it up close, now that I've described what you can see, I'll use that as my segue into the dorm group. And X, in response to that, the first one, but I'll just say it was into the whole thing, ended last session by just simply saying, interesting.
Oh, X. So X said interesting?
Yes.
Cool.
You're standing in front of X in the dorm room.
Would you mind telling us what that could have been?
I mean, it was red, so probably devils are behind it. There's lightning, so it could be a leaning druid. I genuinely don't know exactly what that was.
I wonder if Azram was doing anything interesting.
Could be.
It was just his son that just died.
Anyway, not important or my problem. Do you have my book?
Yes, I have the book right here.
Well,
I'm going to hold out the book.
Why are you giving books to this guy? We don't trust this guy.
We don't trust it? I don't know who this is.
It's mutually beneficial.
How could that be? How's that possible?
Vulpe and I have an understanding.
Well, I don't understand it.
You're not supposed to. Yes, you can roll insight. I don't know what part of it you're inciting exactly, but
after him saying we have an understanding.
Well, in that case, before you roll that, roll me a history check.
22.
Okay, go ahead and roll your insight. Wanted to see if you actually knew enough about fiends to even have a reason to be able to feel any, suspect anything.
Never mind.
You know enough about devils to know that, or what seems like a devil of some good, certainly some extraplanar, but several extraplanar beings are capable of sharing as bits of their power with someone, potentially, in a way that kind of sounds like the phrasing might have indicated. However, you also could be completely wrong because you're not getting any read off this guy whatsoever.
All right, well,
it is grotesquely unclear what the hell he actually meant by that.
All right, well, I don't like it, so I don't think this should be going down. And this is like, after all, this is the guy that was in charge. Like, he's behind like the werewolf shit that went bad, right? It's the ex guy. Like, we know this, right?
I wasn't in charge of them at all. I paid them some money, much like you're being paid for your jobs.
To like get slaves and like kill them.
I said nothing about getting slaves. That was something they chose. I just asked for people.
What were they for?
Vulpe, you wanna take a stab in the dark? What they might have been for?
If I had to guess, probably to make some deals.
That
After
is
all,
correct.
That's what your kind thrives on, isn't it?
This still doesn't require kidnapping.
Do you even know what my kind is?
If your claims in relation to Jimmy are true, then I have a pretty fair guess.
What do you believe me to be?
Some sort of fae, that's almost for certain.
You seem very certain about that.
I have no reason to doubt Jimmy, and thus no reason to doubt you.
Okay, well, Mr. X guy, you're clearly taking advantage of this poor fox guy.
You want some new powers?
Not at that price.
You don't even know what the price is.
I think I have a good idea.
I mean, knowledge
you would be
power.
Exactly, you get it, Neil.
Oh god, we're losing everybody.
Plus, it's just a few favors here for a few favors back.
It's never that easy.
Why not?
Who
Or
do
everyone
you
would
do
have
business
powers.
with that an honest business transaction isn't an honest business transaction?
Probably mysterious, not fae people.
I mean, you're not wrong about the not fae, but I also never claimed. Well, I guess briefly I claimed to be fae while I was pretending to be Jimmy's brother, but
yeah, that.
Even then, I technically never actually claimed to be fae. I mean, humans and orcs can have half orcs for kids. I could have been a half brother from another mother.
And when Jimmy talks about family, I assume that he means chosen family, not like bio family at this point.
That could be a fair assumption.
Sheila is unnecessarily unnecessarily sus of a perfectly balanced and honest business transaction. Also, Vulpe believes he partnered with Faye, and since I've already hinted at it in game, and the player already knows the answer, I won't give the full answer.
Perfectly timed cutout.
Yep.
All I said was he's wrong.
I mean.
Oh yeah.
I haven't said it. Well, I've hinted around it in game, and I also obviously had to tell the player what warlock level to take. So
yeah,
he knows what he actually is, at least sort of.
To an extent, but knowledge is power, including
Vulpe, on the other hand, is still more or less thinks he's probably some kind of weird fae and doesn't care.
Weird fae.
Apparently.
I mean, everyone tells their children not to make deals with the devils.
No one ever brings up the fae.
I mean,
she's not fae.
I wouldn't be a knowledge sharing pal of yours, Vulpe, if I didn't correct you on that. Anyone who knows anything about fae also says it about fae, but I'm neither of those things. So
Oh, well then
I'm
what
not
are
sure
you?
whether that makes
The
it
only true
safer or more
question here
dangerous.
is, what are you going to do with the book?
Yeah.
Add it to my collection.
That's it?
I mean, that's pretty fair.
I have a rather vast collection that needs expanding.
I am skeptical.
I would expect a hillbilly from the woods to be.
I mean, a collection.
That feels a little uncalled for on
I
both
don't-
ends.
I don't trust
given
him.
that this woman has insulted my integrity and my honesty several times with no proof whatsoever.
I'd like to repeat on both ends. He is now staring at Sheila.
Wow. He started it.
Why the collection of artifacts that are harmful? That book does not seem right.
Seemed fine.
Yeah,
enough
that's
to me
because it's
until it
not.
hit me.
That's because it's not meant for someone like you. And that's not an insult. I mean, literally, physically, it's not meant for someone like you.
Oh yeah, I tried to eat Vulpe.
That makes sense.
No, it didn't. No, that was me inhabiting the face on the book briefly because Vulpe and I were having a disagreement. I apologize. I went a little overboard.
Yeah, see, that's
I don't
why. Yeah,
think
that's my
you
proof.
can go as overboard as some of my more recent bad encounters have.
But that's why they're bad.
I would respectfully disagree. Hopefully you and I never get to that point, because I'm enjoying our time together.
It has been quite splendid.
For the time being, I have my book, please.
Vulpe hands him the book.
I want to stop it. I don't trust it.
What are you doing to stop it?
I'm gonna try and grab the book.
From at what point in this exchange are you grabbing the book?
Right, when I see Vulpe trying to give it.
Okay, so now it's a 3. So Vulpe, are you hanging on to the book as this happens?
Not, yeah.
Okay. So, Vulpe, make me a strength check or an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice, with advantage. And Sheila, you don't know at a disadvantage, but you can make a normal one.
Acrobatics.
Dang, my acrobatics is out.
I'm gonna get
So
I'm gonna get
Sheila,
fireballed.
you're able to yank the book from Vulpe's hands. Now we'll see if you can yank it away from the other person's hands. Make me another athletics. Well, your other one was supposed to technically be athletics, not acrobatics, Sheila, but it's fine. You won, so I don't care. I'm not making you re-roll. But this one should be athletics, which you're also proficient in, I think, anyway. So.
Oh yeah, it's the same.
I should probably also actually open the document that I started with information on the NPC.
I mean, I'm assuming that he could just overpower us anyway, but I'm gonna try. I'll try my best.
Like, man, I'm new here. I don't know what's
You
going
might want
on.
to back up. Something tells me this isn't gonna end pretty.
Was it on this computer I even made it? I feel like it was.
Did you actually tell that to New?
Not yet, no. I feel like we're in like a time stop moment where it's like a quick time event.
Yeah, it's a quick time event pretty much.
Ching, ching, ching.
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was at my brother's house.
Oh.
I may have also just saved it in a different spot. Nope, I think it might have actually. It would have definitely been on this app that I would have, or on this version of a word processor that I would have made it on this computer, because that's the one I use for all my hobby shit. Just so it saves in the same character concept. Yeah, apparently I didn't save it. Anyway, I know approximately what his stats were. I'll just round it to, I think it was a round number anyway, but I know approximately what I chose for it, so close enough.
Yeah.
You have. You don't lose, but neither of you seem to be wanting to give an inch.
Okay, we don't
You
even
both
know what
still
this
hold
guy
on to it.
is.
I mean, obviously, Vulpe's out of the equation at this point, unless he wants to grab it again. But Sheila, roll me another athletics check.
Okay.
Next question, Sheila. What's your AC?
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's pretty good. I think.
15. So eventually he does get the book away from you. Why are you trying to steal my book, Catwoman?
I don't even know what you are. This doesn't seem like a safe thing.
It doesn't seem like a safe thing for a book collector to collect a book.
I don't believe that story at all. Why would you try so hard to get this book?
Because it's one of a kind and I want it for my collection. Also, I didn't really try that hard. I hadn't even asked him to find it for me yet. He just happened to find it, so I was like, cool, bring it to me.
But you like yelled at him.
Yes, because I wanted it before someone else took it from him.
Hold on,
That's
hold
just
on. How
bad
do you know
manners.
he yelled? I thought that was all mental.
I knew that you
Oh,
were.
yeah,
He was trying to bite you.
Well, no, by the end of it,
Hold
by the end of it, you guys were kind of yelling at each other out loud.
Yeah, because
I just
we knew that
imagine
he
it was
tried
just,
to
like,
bite you.
one-way yelling.
But you certainly were. I never said if he was or not, but
Not true. Well, I would
it
hope
was
that
mental,
Vulp
and
wouldn't
then you
yell.
sort of started ranting out loud as you were responding as well. I never did say if he responded or not, but it sounds neat doing it that way. So we'll say you both raised your frustration levels enough that it came out loud. But while he was inhabiting the book,
You were mean to him.
And I apologized for that.
I don't think that's
The book
enough.
was very important to me. I didn't expect to find it. I found it, and I wanted it safely to me before he was. God knows what happened to it. He's an adventurer. Do you know what you do for a living?
I don't like it.
And I don't like you either. What's your point?
No, I don't like the situation. I don't like it. I don't know about you. I'm pretty neutral about you.
You don't know any of the people you're even traveling with. What the hell difference does it make to you?
But I still care about them. I don't want them to get hurt.
Well, looking at the condition of your former paladin, you failed miserably.
That wasn't my fault.
Did you stop him from getting turned to dust?
I gotta get my cat nap in there sometimes.
Sheila, may I suggest that we not get snippy?
I'm just answering his question.
Who am I traveling with?
If anyone's being mean, it's this guy.
One of us is being accusatory, and the other one is right.
I see. That sounds familiar.
I feel like we should all take a deep breath.
That sounds great.
He takes X takes a very dramatic deep breath. He also starts rubbing his earlobes and mumbling woosah to himself.
Everything's gonna be okay.
And he continues by mumbling something about serenity now as well.
Give me serenity.
After about 15 seconds, he said, "Satisfied."
Much better. You feeling better?
I felt fun. I wasn't the one throwing wild, baseless accusations around.
Sheila's just gonna keep growling.
I actually have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Would the lightning be like past the tavern, like like almost directly past the tavern?
It was actually out the other end of town.
Okay, so never
Like
mind.
outside of town, but that was facing the other end of town.
Gotcha.
So in theory, it's possible someone in the, but it was also the tavern. I've kind of envisioned the tavern being sort of near what. Well, there are multiple entrance and exits to a town this big. Most new people tend to come either from the two side entrances, like from the road, which are basically the two only actual entrances, come to think of it. Because you wouldn't put anywhere there wasn't a road, you wouldn't have put an entrance. But yeah, it came more from the side you entered town from, going back towards the towns you started in. Is around where I imagined the inn to be, fairly close to there, and it came from the side going towards Flameport and Brianhaven.
I was just wondering if it would be towards the tavern because going off of what this character knows, it's like, well, two of their friends apparently went towards the tavern. If the lightning was behind it, logically, it would be like, well, maybe they are going to investigate that, trying to get. This situation is confusing as fuck to new.
Yeah, no, it was.
But
it was
that
in
wouldn't
the
happen,
direction.
so it's in the opposite direction. So I just stand in confusion. I am Wall. Huh?
Did you just say honk?
I said, huh?
Oh.
H-U-H.
Mutter.
Delicious.
Yes, for some reason your friend is throwing wild, baseless accusations against me, and I don't understand why. I've done literally nothing but help you guys. I helped you find your Fae friend who was in prison.
That's not how my mother would see it.
You read. Who is your mother?
She's the one we found in the box in the werewolf den.
Sheila, I don't mean to burst your bubble, but isn't...
No, Vulpe. I need to face my accuser. Who is your mother?
She's the one we found in the box. One of the ones we found in the boxes in the werewolf den.
Yeah, I hadn't inspected the cargo yet, so I have no idea who you're talking about.
I didn't expect you would.
I was on my way to do so when you interrupted me. I'd probably know who she was if you'd been 5 minutes slower.
And maybe they'd be dead.
Why are you so hostile?
But we've been through a lot.
Your mother's... Sheila, are you sure this is someone you want to start a fight with?
Well, I can't do anything about it now.
I'm pretty sure this is the same patron of your mother.
I mean, she's a druid.
No, wait.
A crazy one at that. But still a druid.
I feel like you've inherited that a little bit.
Possibly.
Anyways, sir, can I ask you a favor? Would you happen to know anything when it comes to messing with time?
I know there's people who wish to do it, and they shouldn't.
Well, if, hypothetically speaking, one of our friends was sent back in time, what would be a good way to go back and unsend them back in time?
How was it done?
I don't know.
Wait, do we know that it was a scroll?
Welcome. You're welcome, by the way. You know who I'm talking to when I say that. What do you mean you don't know?
Jimmy just sent me a message and said, all of a sudden, Theizora's missing. Again. Like, completely off the radar this time.
Pauses and sort of cocks his head for a minute.
Even if you
He's
did
not
know
wrong.
how,
He's not
you
wrong.
want to stop them being sent, right?
I don't care who does. Well, I mean, I'd prefer they don't fuck with time, but it wasn't my choice.
Exactly. So you don't fuck with somebody being sent through time. If they've already been sent, they have to get back. You can't stop them from being sent.
Yeah, like the only way you could potentially stop that is if someone were to have crafted or modified or in some way figured out how to create magic that would replicate, that would send someone through time. If you counterspelled it at the right moment, you could stop it. But once a spell or a item or whatever they did is used,
It's too late.
she's definitely not on the radar. I wasn't looking for her at the moment, but I checked when I sensed for her once you said that, and he's dead. He's not wrong.
Yeah, I don't think Jimmy would joke about something like that.
I would suspect, honestly, I would suspect a fucking Fey jester to joke about anything, but I'm biased and don't really like him very much, so.
Do you have any possible idea who could have concocted a spell like this?
Technically any of the gods could do it. Possibly someone around the power level of myself, the Fae, and the Archdevil, but we're roughly equivalent in power, give or take. Technically, anyone with enough time and research into magic could forge a spell that would do it. It'd be difficult. That'd be by far the hardest of the three options, but it is possible.
Wait a
DM scratching the back of his NPC.
You by any chance have any idea if there's any deities watching your back? Or that hate you and want to destroy the timeline?
I really hope we haven't pissed any deities off yet. I don't think we have so far.
Me too, because as powerful as I like to think I am, I can't help you with a god problem.
I haven't really prayed since I've left the mountains, so I don't believe
It wasn't me.
Well,
I'm
obviously it wasn't you. You can barely tie your own shoes.
Damn, that's rough.
Is he wrong?
Mhm.
Actually,
As for you,
Sheila wouldn't even have shoes.
well, now you know
I
why
got
she
boots.
can't tie them.
Oh, I got
And as
boots.
for you, Goliath, what god did you pray to before you left home?
Just the basic hunting and creation.
You didn't pray to any one specific god?
Not entirely, no.
Okay. Basically, what I'm asking is, were you a cleric or paladin who abandoned your post?
No.
Okay. Then I doubt you missing a few prayers caused this.
Could it be related to Wally's passing, maybe? But why would a god take that out
anything's
on us?
possible. It's a possibility.
Would you happen to know where Jimmy is right now?
I don't keep super close tabs on him. I mean, I check in once in a while, make sure he's not hunting me or some shit, but because most powerful creatures who can do that stuff do want to check in on each other, but
I don't specifically know. I can try to look for him. I don't know if sometimes he's waiting for me to try it and blocks himself, and sometimes he doesn't, but...
One last thing before we go. Could you try to find him, and if you do, tell us where he's at? I think I have some questions for him.
Or, and you see him kind of roll his eyes back in his head, chanting what sounds like a really just guttural, awful language. You start to get a headache after about 10 seconds of him doing it. He
Oh no.
comes
He's
back
speaking
to
Elven.
not even close.
100%.
He's like,
Not even.
well, either he knows you were looking for him, so he's letting me look for him, or he wasn't paying attention today because he's busy with all the other shit going on. Currently, he is on the ethereal plane in Theizora's inn room.
Oh, it sounds like we found our next spot.
Your friends were going back to the inn for Theizora.
Then we better hurry.
I'll be
Maybe.
in touch. Thank you for your unintentional though it may have been. Thank you for your service, Vulpe. I will remember it.
Vulp is going to give just a respectful nod. Alright, you said they were. Maybe we can catch them on their way out. Let's hurry.
I'll follow you.
And back.
So, as you guys head back towards the inn, Akemi and Amira, you sit there petting a fribbit.
Keep thinking of what Wally almost called it.
As one does.
Can't think about what?
What you almost called it.
Oh.
Theizora.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh god.
There's not really much for me. I mean, unless they really want to roleplay with the Brooklyn Goblin, there's not much for them to do right now. So they can if they want. I'm just assuming that there's not a lot to say. They're waiting for you to come back.
They miss me.
That said, I will ask and answer. I will just answer anything they, to the best of my ability, as the character that they want to talk to about. If they have anything they want to bring up,
I'm good.
but neither of them are responding, so I don't know if they do or not.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay, Theizora.
Yeah.
You appear in the attic of your home. One of the homes that you've traveled to and grown up in over the years. The one you were just recently in, at the very least. Everything just looks slightly off. Not like off, like you don't remember it or like things are out of place. It just probably because of the weird time magic. Everything through your eyesight, you have no idea if it's just you or not. This kind of has a weird, like almost amber haze to it. You can see clearly, but it's almost like everything's got like the color of an ash from a fireplace as it's fading out. It's just that light kind of yellowish orange tint to everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it is otherwise as you remember it. As you're gathering your bearings, you hear a noise behind you.
Oh fuck.
Door opening. Oh shit!
We both hit.
Boo.
What is you heard her, behind her. Give me a perception check.
Did.
You're a rogue. You should have about a plus 12 perception by 7th level.
Thanks for your belief in me.
We believe in
Oh,
you.
it's not belief. Plus 5 is actually not as bad as I thought.
No,
It's not so much belief in you as I was mocking you because I knew you didn't have as high a perception as I would have expected you to have.
I'm sorry.
Can't see.
I can't see.
You rolled a total of 10. Okay. What do you want to do?
This might be risky, but do you think I could transform into a younger version of Vulpe of around what he looked like at that age?
11. How old are you, Vulpe?
I'm 1 year younger, so that would be about, I think, 12.
Yeah, if we went back to when I was 13, you'd be 12.
You can change your height by about a foot.
A foot's enough.
That might actually be for one of the spell versions of transforming too. I can't remember what it is, if it's different for you.
For us, I believe it's just we have to stay the same size.
Yeah,
Like stay medium.
Yeah, no, I'm not becoming small. I'm just getting as small as I possibly can with the limits.
Okay. Yeah, that's doable.
Okay. Curse you, Vulpe, for being so short.
And what would you like to do now?
Do I know what the noise was behind me?
I don't know, do you? Do you want to try and figure out what the noise was behind you?
Yes.
Roll me another perception check.
It's a little bit better.
You turn around. And just in time to see a humanoid form lifting the attic door, seeing you and dropping it. I shouldn't say you didn't necessarily see them lift it, but you saw like they were peeking through it and then dropped it. So either they peeked through, saw you and dropped it, or they snuck behind you while you weren't paying attention and were leaving. One of the two. They definitely know you're here, or at least that your current form is here.
I don't like that.
Ooh.
Well, considering you don't have any new memories, we can assume it's not you.
That really can't be.
Give me.
Paul, if you say
Give me
history.
either
I'm going-
an Arcana, History, or Insight check. Your choice.
Okay, let me see which one's better. It's not that it's gonna matter.
Well, 2 of them are intelligence based, and one is wisdom. So I don't know if that makes any difference to you with your scores or not. I haven't looked at your sheet in a while.
So wait, what was it?
Either Arcana, History, or Insight.
Okay. My insight is just slightly better, I guess. Oh.
I guess I could have done perception for a visual too, but I wanted to use something other than just perception rolls. It takes you a second, but while you're gathering your thoughts of seeing this person, you realize there's something different about them. They didn't have the fog over them like everything else does, or the hazy yellow look.
I have a feeling that's bad.
And more of a light purplish tinge. Still sort of an aura kind of vibe, but a different color. All right, before we go any further with this, for the love of God, I need to write notes so I don't forget what the hell I just said. I got up to the part where I said you had the amber hue on everything. The form didn't look amber hued.
Why are you so sad? This is your dark brown.
Instead, it looked
You did go back to the future.
slightly purple, but still had the same sort of fuzzy look. Now what do you want to do?
I don't want to see who that was, but I probably shouldn't.
But you're going to anyway.
Do it.
Says who?
It says you. You're the rogue. You always make bad decisions.
What? That's
For
rogueist.
science.
From one rogue to another,
Or rogue,
the bad
yeah.
decisions are always the greatest decisions.
Yeah, it's like for the opportunity.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I shouldn't. But what if I did?
Well, okay, before I choose to do any of that, can I start looking around to see if I can find the scrolls here?
Sure. Give me a investigation check.
Goddamn callback.
You don't think they're probably up here anyway, but if they are, you are not seeing them anywhere.
Sighing, and I guess I'll try to leave the attic as sneakily as possible. So that can't go
Awesome.
wrong.
Give me a stealth check.
Oh.
Well done. You get down, no problem. You're pretty sure one person noticed you, but it's the same person that you saw looking at you briefly in the attic anyway. The reason or at least you suspect they might know that you're coming down because you see a flash of purple in an otherwise amber visage. But definitely none of the people that you're most concerned about knowing you're here are going to know what that role.
Woo!
None of your immediate concerns aware of you. As far as you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
So, here's what I'll say as a way to A, give you a chance to describe some things for me as a player, and also to kind of tie back into the story the fact that I got the towns you were supposed to be from mixed up. Your parents like things a certain way and very much had this house built to be a near exact replica of the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine essentially an or like I said, you may not have explored every nook and cranny of the sort of summer home you're in now, but design wise, the parts you have been to, it looks all nearly replicated identically. So thinking back to your actual permanent home in Flameport, being a teenager who would like to sneak around and get away with stuff, where would they potentially either where would you go to try to either get out and find what you're looking for, or where do you think they might hide something? Assuming they did design this as much the same as you think they did.
Well, it's a good question. I'd think probably their bedroom, because knowing Theizora, that is like the one place she wouldn't even dare to set foot in. Because she doesn't want her parents to get mad at her. So, maybe.
Alright. So, I will make you roll for this one. Look around as carefully as you can, making sure you put everything is back in places you know they like it. You don't find what you're looking for. Anywhere else, like I said, keeping in mind, as far as you can tell, I haven't quite explored this house as thoroughly, but it certainly looks like they basically just replicated the design that they liked in the home that you grew up in, for the summer home. Where else might they put something that they didn't want you guys to have access to?
I'm trying to think, because, like, we haven't really discussed what the home looks like. So this is mostly me just, hey, probably, maybe, I don't know.
You don't have to know exactly what it looks like. Neither do I.
Okay.
You're going to tell me what it looks like by picking places you think your parents, knowing they're pretty well off and things like that, and what fantasy houses often look like, etc., wherever you want to draw the inspiration from. What do you want the house to look like in the form of where do you think an adult would hide something from a kid in the house that you envision?
Probably the basement?
Excellent. Roll me one more stealth check.
Oh,
I'll
shit.
give you advantage on this one because you natural 20 at the last one. I think that's a fair compromise.
Thank you.
I mean, 16 wouldn't have been terrible anyway, but 28 certainly good.
Yeah.
You make it to and down the basement stairs, no problem. You were briefly worried that the door might creak, but either you're far enough back in the past the door hadn't started creaking yet, or you remembered what to do to make sure it didn't creak.
Probably to make sure it didn't creak.
So you're now in the basement. You know there's a wine cellar down here. Other than that, nothing immediately stands out to you. But you're also a 7th level adventurer now who's seen some shit. What would a 7th level adventurer who knows their parents look for?
Something out of place that, because you said that, as I know, my parents are very particular. Anything out of place would be like a dead giveaway.
Only in a perception or investigation check. Your choice. And you can treat this as having expertise. So whatever it says for your plus, you can actually double your proficiency. That's a 17. I believe at level 7 you're still +3. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
17. Yeah, it takes you a minute or two because parents are pretty smart people. But you do find just a hint of, especially your mother is very particular to the point where, like, she doesn't mind. She's one of those people, like, she doesn't care in the moment about a mess being made, but within 5 minutes of being done making the mess, you better have it cleaned up.
Yeah.
So, like, she'd let you do kid stuff when you were really little. But as soon as playtime was over, you not only were done playing, you were helping with the cleanup at, like, basically once you were out of diapers.
Yeah, sounds about right.
She was very tough but fair, is the way I kind of imagine it. Not tough in, like, a mean sense, but, like, yes, you're going to have structure. You will do right by this family. We have a reputation. So, it is very strange, then, knowing how particular she is about correcting any mistakes like that, that under the stairs you came down, a piece of the wall, this is a stone wall, but it was painted to not just be plain stone. The paint is chipped. You know your mother. She would have repainted that.
Okay.
You also do remember that although you did make it down here a time or two, just roughhousing and things as a youngster, possibly because of the wine, possibly because of whatever you're about to try and find, possibly both, could be something else entirely. They didn't really like you down here very much.
Yeah.
Now, there is also, a couple hundred bottles of expensive wine that is breakable down here, so it could just be that, but you're pretty sure that something's out of place with that wall tile. There's no way she wouldn't have repainted that if it got chipped somehow.
What if I touch the wall tile?
It imprints, and the piece of wall that it's sort of in the center of a piece of wall that lifts upward into the ceiling.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
What do I see? Other than just the wall. Not levitating. It's not the right word I'm trying to say.
Imprinting?
Yeah. Thank you.
You see a dimly lit hallway. It seems to go about 30, 40 feet straight ahead of you. And
Okay.
At the end of it, you don't see anything. Maybe it's just, even with some light in your dark vision, maybe something's obscuring the vision. It could be the weird amber hue. It could just be a wall that you're not getting a good look at. It's hard to tell, but it just seems to kind of end.
Okay. If I went in, would there be any way to close it behind me?
Oh.
Or is this
Are you looking to see if that's possible?
yeah.
There does seem, whether it's related, it's probably related to the door on the inside. There's a like pull down lever. It's
Okay.
currently in the up position.
Then I'll go in and pull the lever.
It goes down, and the brick you can see from the inside is pushed in, slides back into place.
Okay, perfect. And then I'll start heading down the hallway.
Cool. Just are you like tiptoeing it, dashing, normal walk? What are you doing?
Trying to be as quiet as possible.
Okay. As you start to approach it, you do start to hear noise. Just general noise. About halfway to it, about 20, 30 feet down the hall. It's a little more clear what it is. Sounds like rushing water.
Okay.
When you reach the end of the tunnel, you realize that the reason you didn't see any kind of wall or anything at the end is because it's still open. You just couldn't see past the end of it. Because you're now looking at about a 30 or 40 foot across, far less worked stone cavern with a waterfall on the other side and a large pool at the bottom. Looks like it's probably about 20 feet deep. And so probably from where you are about 40 feet down, including the get to the water and the bottom of the water. Because you can see kind of, more or less, it's a little bit ambery and weird looking like everything else, but the water itself is fairly clear. You figure looking at it, it's probably about 40 feet from the top, from the ledge you're on to hit the bottom of the pool. About
Okay.
20 down to till the water breaking, and then 20 of pool underneath.
Hmm.
Do a flip.
Do I see any way to get up from the... I can't think of the word.
Pool?
Yeah.
I'm
Like if I wanted to get
concerned
back
for
up.
I'm genuinely concerned for your safety if you can't say the word pool. I don't mean the characters, I mean you.
fine.
Like, are you feeling medically okay? Are you about to have a stroke?
I'm okay. I'm
Okay.
I'm thinking so hard that simple words
Nothing is
are
being thought.
Okay.
simple
I
words
appreciate you
are...
putting that much thought into it. Having said that, you may want to dial it back a notch or two if pool is difficult.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
not making fun of you. Genuinely concerned.
I'm okay, I promise. I do this a lot.
So what was your question now that I've checked to
Okay.
make sure you're not dying or something?
Let's say I went down there. This is just a hypothetical. Would
Huh?
there be a way to get back up from the pool?
On to get back to here doesn't seem to be an obvious one. On the other side, sort of to the left of the waterfall a bit, seems to be partially worked. It seems almost like it was sort of a natural like slope that someone kind of carved into stairs because it already sloped that way.
Uh-huh.
Unclear where those actually lead, but they go somewhere back up to a similar height to where you are at least.
Okay. So this is like a what? How far was it down?
20 to hit the water, and then 20 into the water.
Okay. 20-foot drop seems scary.
Just
Yeah, back in
dive.
the water. You'll be fine.
Okay. Well, I'm jumping, I guess.
Just step off, cross your arms, and point your feet. And remember to hold your breath.
All right, give me an acrobatics check.
I like acrobatics.
That one you should be good at.
All natural one.
I'm decently okay.
Well, shit.
It's not a natural one.
Not
Okay.
quite perfect form. You get a little bit of just sort of push back when you hit the water. You didn't quite nail the still landing perfectly. You're not a professional diver.
That's okay.
But
I'll
it
do
was
it.
clean. It was clean enough. It didn't hurt. It was just a little more difficult to get up through the water.
It's fine.
With the rush of it, but
You didn't try to do a cannonball?
you're in otherwise safe.
Do not land on your
Alright,
stomach. It's bad.
What did you say, Paul?
What do you want to do?
I'll start going over to the slope stair thing.
All right. As you climb out of the side of the pool, start to make your
I
way
just feel like killing
up
both
the
these swimmers.
stairs. Roll me a perception check.
Oh Lord. Oh, hey. It's not that bad.
By the time you hit the top of these makeshift stairs, sort of catch your breath from the dive and the swim over and everything. Been a good probably minute. That water's still rippling more than it should be.
I don't like that. I really don't like that.
The water rippling.
It's fine. You just don't realize you're going at Quicksilver speeds.
What do you want to do with that information?
Can I see anything about why the water could be rippling?
Stairs, the sort of path that they carved into stairs kind of widens as you go up it. It sticks out too far from the top half to see much.
Fuck.
You don't have to go to like the bottom to see, but you'd have to probably go down about halfway before it would narrow a little bit and you could see over it.
Okay.
You could
I'll go
also
down
just walk
that.
to the edge, but you're also for like 40 feet in the air right now. So
Yeah, I'd rather not.
on the side where there's no pool at the bottom.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go down the stairs a little bit, about halfway.
Yeah. So you definitely see No, you definitely like the pool was wide enough you could see a few ripples from the top. Now that you have a better view of the pool, you can also clearly see signs of like bubbles from someone breathing underwater coming.
Sprinting back up the stairs and to wherever I'm able to go.
All right. Couldn't get a good view from the top of the stairs. Oops. Learn how to type. W at the top of the stairs. We went halfway down. We saw signs of someone underwater breathing, as well as more rippling. We hauled ass to the top of the stairs. There she found break time.
What? Break time?
Yay! She didn't die.
Not
Yet.
yet.
Oh.
Oh, because I had to finish my notes and stuff, we started like 20 minutes late, so I pushed break back about 20 to 30 minutes from the normal time I would take it.
Makes sense.
But I
Well,
still
come
need one
see.
because I'm still going to be in chat. I just won't be near the computer to keep up with my notes, which I'm trying better to do because catching up 2 weeks of notes in like 2 days was way too much work. And I know I'll start putting it off if I keep letting myself do that, which is the problem I had with the last group, is that I didn't end up catching my notes up like I was supposed to. Did I just? Someone left. That wasn't me.
It was
I was Akemi.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Hey Vulpe, how do you feel? I took your form and now I'm soggy.
How dare you? Good luck trying to swim.
I already did.
Oh.
Damn, you swim as a short person. Really quick.
It's Steve.
You just gotta know how to doggy paddle.
Yeah, go for it.
I guess you can say you were thrown in the deep end.
Oh no.
Okay, I'll see my way out.
Nice.
I hope you know. Oh, shit. I hope you know I'm disappointed in you.
Oh.
When have you not?
Huh?
I like having a summary at the beginning because it's like a little refresher.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this is what you fuckhead did last week.
Basically.
Like,
I
hey, this
mean,
is what
yeah.
happened to you guys.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like the whole conversations. Just like a summary works too, if that helps make it go faster.
I left a text with my best friend before I started running the session, saying, yeah, I'm getting ready to run the session, and I have 4 cliffhangers, starting with 4 cliffhangers to resolve. And I just checked his message, because I obviously was playing. And he's like, oh, that's crazy. It sounds like tons of fun. And let's see where it goes. Well, I suppose you know, you're the DM, and I just sent him back. Ha! I love that you think I have a plan for this.
That's how I roll as a DM.
It's like, my guy, these cliffhangers purely built from the players. I didn't do anything.
Things
Like,
just
I had a
happen.
plan in mind, and they fucked that all up, so I gave them something else.
I mean, in your guys' case, I didn't really have that. I mean, I planned a few things based on your backstories, but I only skimmed them, so some details I got wrong. But that was easy fixes for all that. I didn't really have a plan for this. I developed one slowly as I thought of random shit to tell you, and then I looked at what piqued your interest and found a way to link it.
Understandable.
It works.
Like, I kind of do that a lot. I kind of do that with homebrew planned campaigns, as you guys show me that you're more interested in some things than others. But definitely, this one was a bunch of, let's intro at least one part of the new world. I'll put 10 or 12, put 8 or 10, 12 missions for them to get a couple of levels. Whatever random shit I throw into I'll have a 2-line description of the roughly what's going to be there. Depending what I say and what they respond to, I'll find some way to connect the 5 or 6 most interesting to the party things and make a campaign of it.
Perfect. I like it.
The
So
adventures and ill adventures.
So I more or less knew you were going to find a hidden tunnel somewhere in the house. Probably the basement if you thought of it. Which is part of why I got you to describe it. Also, got you to describe it because of the mix-up with the hometowns. So I figured your parents are very particular. They like things a certain way. They would have just built 2 of the same fucking house in 2 towns.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Because when they have to travel to do business, basically anywhere they frequently travel to, they're not staying in hotels. They're staying in their own house because they have the money to do so. And they're going to design it, and they're going to design it exactly the way they want it. Because they're deliberate people.
All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna get some more coffee. Coffee.
But yeah, no, I saw his message, and I'm like, I love that you think there's a plan. I was like, about 10 seconds into my 30-second description of that hallway, I figured out what was at the end of it, which was a drop-off. Probably with water for you to land in, since I wasn't going to include a ladder.
Nice.
I will admit that another reason that I forgot that it was a pool is because I was like thinking and halfway zoning out, so when you described it, I was like, okay, there's a pool. I immediately forgot that. So I wanted you to, tell me what that was again.
Yeah.
I do that sometimes. I'm
So,
sorry.
what's that body of water again?
It was hey, could you describe the scene for me again? I just forgot.
I can do you one better. I'll sketch you a map when I get back. It's gonna basically be the stick figures of D&D maps.
That'd be great.
I'm gonna open paint. I'm gonna draw a circle where the pool is. I'm gonna write 20 feet high, 20 feet high.
I hate paint so much.
I was curious to see what you were going to do in response to realizing there's probably something in that pool that's not you.
Yeah, nah.
Must confess, didn't expect that.
Well, you didn't expect me to start sprinting away?
No, I expected you to dive in, honestly.
Why? I'm not that stupid.
Well,
Honestly, Jew and Theizora are the same person. The difference is, Jew has that stupid man brain, and he's like, I'm gonna go in there and fight whatever that is. Theizora has, that's not me, I'm going the other way.
It's your parents' basement. It's your parents' basement. It can't be that. It's parents' basement. It can't be that dangerous.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. If I knew what it is, I'd probably go in there. But I don't. It's the same brain, just different thought processes because Jew's fucking man brain.
Or do you know what it is?
Compared to these.
That's not how it
The only reason
it worked.
the only reason you don't know what it is because you didn't check what it was.
Yeah, because I didn't want to go in there.
Well, yeah. So now you don't know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. The less I
Yeah.
know,
And
the less I have to worry about, but also the more I have to worry about, you know?
my point is, you're now at the top of the stairs, presumably hoping there's either a hidden or visible door to go through, which you're now going to leave something potentially at your back.
It's fine.
I mean, it
didn't have
is fine.
weapons with me anyway. If I had weapons, maybe I'd go see what it is.
It is fine because I know what it is. Not because I pre-played it, but because I thought of it while we were exploring. So I now know what it is.
You now know what it is.
Actually, that's slightly a lie. I pre-planned it in the sense that I thought of it while you were in the attic, and I started thinking of how I might describe it if you went to somewhere like the basement and found a hidden door. Once I had the idea for what the basement was going to look like, roughly, like what I was going to describe, I knew what was going to be in the water. So I knew it about 5 minutes before I described it to you.
Sounds pretty safe to me.
Sheila?
Nope.
It's her parents' basement. I don't know why she's so scared of it.
Because it's not me.
Oh,
I'm
secrets.
afraid of everything that's not me.
I suppose you're supposed to avoid being seen, so you wouldn't want to necessarily catch your parents skinny dipping or something.
Exactly. That would just be traumatizing.
Yeah, that secrets are scary.
Besides, I'm sure that thing already knows I'm here. But
Vulpe, why are you Vulpe, why are you a foot too tall? Also, here's my wang.
In what?
Wolf's first trial by magic was enlarge reduce on himself, trying to get taller.
Oh no. And then you got naked?
Okay, Sheila. No.
What?
Question it, Abby. We were just gonna
Technically, that wouldn't be your first magic. You'd have to have gotten level 3 for that, because it's a second level spell.
I wasn't me that time, okay? He said wing
Abby,
first.
you're too innocent.
Oh.
You guys are gonna scare my child.
You have a child?
Yeah, her name's Abby. She's Mitsu's mod.
I'm Mitsu.
Yeah, that one's Mitsu.
Okay.
Apparently.
Your internet
I was named
child.
I named you Water. Be happy.
Mizu ononde.
I flow like water. Put me in the cup, I become the cup.
What the fuck?
It's
Mizu.
literally, isn't it? It's not exactly what he said, but that's Bruce Lee's entire quote.
Yeah. By the way, what's in the water is a kraken.
Yeah. Oh.
It's a kraken to meet you.
Wow.
Kraken comes, kills all of us. Game over.
I hate every.
I've definitely lost more characters to Krakens than I am proud of.
Stop losing to tentacles.
110% confirm it is not actually a kraken.
Okay, good. I don't really like seafood.
But seafood likes you.
No.
It likes you.
I don't like pickles.
Could be an ancient water dragon, but is not a kraken.
Is it a glass of water?
Yeah, I'll need a glass of water. I'm dehydrated.
There's a lot more than one glass of water, and there's a 20-foot deep pool.
Drink water. Mizu ononde.
This one
20,000
really
glasses of water? Okay.
I do not want to give Paul ideas.
Also, you won't obviously have any specific lore, but Steve, if you want to start sort of doing mild research while we're finishing session before we chat, you and I chat in private afterwards. If you look in the adventures pinned comments, there's a picture of the continent map and a few things like that you can get a rough idea of. There's also, I think, a player primer tag there that you should look at.
Okay.
A couple of things. Obviously, ignore certain things, like if it mentions starting level, because you're joining mid-game, so you're going to be the same level as everyone else.
I keep opening TikTok, thinking I'm gonna watch some TikToks, but no, it's just a stream.
Yes, give me views, give me watch time. Oh, are you taking a break from D&D? No, I'm watching myself.
Ooh.
You opened up my stream so you can see Wally's urn.
I'm gonna be honest
with you, Tom. Well,
What is
what?
that?
The frog is back.
While chewing his tongue.
Oh yeah.
I still have no understanding of how you make that noise by doing that, but that's what we figured out.
I don't either. I don't even really notice it makes a noise half the time.
I don't know how you make it so loud.
Yeah, it literally sounds like you're chewing on rubber.
It does.
It's like, chew, and you just go to town. Props to you, my guy. You're a walking soundboard.
Do you just have like a really strong, like a thick skin tongue? Like,
I mean, the tongue
how?
is just a pure muscle, so like, it's already thick.
Well, yeah, but like,
I assume it's mostly the interaction between my teeth and the saliva, if I had to guess.
Probably. That, or you're just literally a frog.
I suck on my tongue like, but it doesn't make that noise.
You see, that noise annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah, it sounds like this.
That's not how it sounds like.
That's so much more wooden.
And I was muted.
It's like a croaky frog.
Sheila, you're gonna be a croaky frog in a moment.
Oh.
Is there an option to disintegrate Sheila? Is there an option for that?
I told you gotta be a sorcerer or a wizard.
No, we already disintegrated Wally.
I can't say that.
It can't hurt to disintegrate another person. It's fine.
You have to be a sorcerer or a wizard to do that.
Die in a different way.
So
I was dusted /
I mean, we could just drop a rock.
That is off limits.
That would also solve the problem.
Wow.
You squish Sheila like a bug.
Make her into a pancake.
What? I love pancakes. My mom-in-law gave me this wooden frog instrument. It's kind of cute. It's got a stick.
I might actually
lose
my mind if you keep that up, Sheila.
Oh, but he's so cute. Look at him.
I don't want to look at him.
He's a cutie.
I knew
It's just the sound on a mic makes it so much worse. In person, that noise is fine. It's just through a mic. It's just
He's so cute.
Yeah.
He's got like a frill on top that you like rub against.
Ew.
Yeah, that's how you make the sound.
He's so cute.
It's you rubbing a wooden stick against ridges.
Yeah.
I know. I hate that.
I never knew that they did that.
Why?
Because I'm weird.
Oh.
That's true.
Yeah. We have doggos. Doggy.
I didn't just now realize nothing.
And cat.
Alright. Before I hop back on the main line on the computer, I need to pop up completely for a minute because I need to use the water.
Cool.
I'll be right back.
Meana does not like the dog. But she's not leaving. She's just sitting there. how to exist. She's just watching the dog.
We can
Hissing.
tell Karsten that you can't type.
Excuse me. Yeah, so we can understand what you're saying at least. That's all that matters.
I want the dog. Can I have the dog at least?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Winnie. 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 Win.
Huh?
Winnie.
What?
Stop talking to you. Winnie. Okay.
Oh shit.
Winnie. Come here. Winnie. Doggy. Alright, come on. Come here. Whoa. Not like, gee, overreaction much? There we go. Winnie, you have a new home. Okay, you're gonna go with Karsten, okay? Okay?
What? No, I'm.
You can join my other 3 dogs.
What?
It's fine.
I'm stealing the dog from Karsten.
Oh,
It's
okay.
mine.
You're going to go to Karsten, but then Preceded's gonna get you from there. Oh, okay, bye. Bye, Winnie. Bye,
And then I'm
Winnie.
taking it from Sky. Fuck you, Sky.
She left.
What? No.
She's on her way. Yep, she's on her way. She's so cute. But she does not listen at all. Like, Winnie, Winnie! Nothing. She's like, fuck you, I don't
Maybe it's because
care.
the dog doesn't want the name Winnie.
Maybe.
I go by the name Winnie.
Winnie, like Winifred.
I was thinking Winnie for Winnie the Pooh.
That might be where it came from. I don't know.
My Winnie comes from Cold Front.
No, I'm just gonna start calling you Pooh now.
Oh Lord.
My other cat actually comes when he's cold. He's a better dog than Winnie.
Where did DM go? Because I zoned out 1 minute and the next minute they were.
Going.
They're switching back to the
computer.
Oh, okay.
I honestly just about to ask if you were awake.
I was telling Paul in DMs about how he caught me off guard on accident. And then he said, "Oh yeah, good for you scoring big on the old name being cool to lettery, I guess." I said, "I know, right? I love it. It just doesn't suit me lol." And then he said, "Fair enough. You're more of a poo."
Damn.
Because of
It's official.
Nice.
It is
nice.
official.
It's Pooh now. Your name's Pooh now. That's what everyone's going to be calling
Oh,
you.
Pooh Bear.
Sheila.
That's what they say.
I know. Bear says, "Oh bother."
No, that's not what Pooh says. It's what they say to Pooh.
So now, Theizora knows what to say after that. Oh bother.
Oh bother.
You got Christopher Robin.
Nah, it's not an ER. It's an AH. Bother.
Yes.
Bother me.
Yeah.
Oh, bother.
Do I?
Yeah, you wouldn't be here if you didn't.
Are you all hot and bothered?
Just because you're my favorite doesn't mean anything.
Wait. Wait. Moist.
No, you're my least favorite.
Just say wet.
No. Moister than an oyster.
Sheila?
Yes. Theizora?
I appreciate you so much.
Yes.
That you get a one-way ticket to Blocktown.
Oh, that doesn't happen very often. Wow.
I'm joking.
Be kind of hard to play. Like, I can't hear them.
Oh. We return from our short break to Theizora running back up the stone stairs of this strange cavern in her parents' basement. 11 years in the past. And you reach the top, and there is no obvious sign of a door. You do hear splashing that sounds like something getting out of the water.
Looking behind me like, what?
confused.
Are you just going to watch and see if anything comes up the stairs? Are you going to try to find another hidden door? What do you want to do?
Probably try to find a hidden door.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay. It's a bit of a struggle, but having a little more. You don't really know this area because you didn't know for sure it existed. But with a little bit of a 5 or 10, 10 or, well, probably more like 15 or 20-second struggle that feels like 10 minutes, you do eventually find the outline of a hidden door.
Okay. How am I gonna open it?
I don't know. How are you going to open it? What do you want to do?
Can I see anything that would open it?
There's a torch sconce on the wall that doesn't have a torch in it. There's stone and bricks in what you think is the cutout the door would form. There's a couple of things that could possibly be a trigger for it.
Okay.
And you also hear the slight, slow shuffle of footsteps coming up behind you.
The what's it called? Torch. The
Sconce.
yeah, that.
What do you want to do? Pull it, twist it.
Well,
I'll try twisting it.
Twisting's probably not quite the right word. You like, do you want to pull it like towards you? Do you want to turn it left or right? It's probably a better way to put it.
Okay, then I'll probably turn it left.
Okay.
I was gonna point out last session, Amira had to do the same shit with the sconce. She also went left for the first one.
God damn it!
See,
It's just odd that you both go left first.
Well, I mean, I don't know why we don't assume that right is right.
Exactly.
Maybe
High or
Amira and
low?
I are just not all there.
High or low?
Low.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Fuck. I'll turn it right.
High or low?
The high.
The door seems to slide open.
Am I able to go through it?
Well, it's open.
Okay, I'll go through it then.
I just said it slid open.
Well, the door's open.
don't go through the glass part.
Why, have you done that before?
Not recently.
So you go through it. And the hallway it's in front of you seems to go about 30 feet and then turn at a 90-degree angle.
Going down the hall?
All right. So you go 30 feet and you turn to your right and you see another probably 30 feet or so of hallway, and it You got another 90 degrees.
I'll keep going then?
All right. At that corner, it seems to continue straight forward for a longer period this time. Longer than your dark vision can let you see. Assuming you even have dark vision.
I think I do.
I don't think we do.
Hang on.
We do not.
Oh, yeah.
You have been traveling.
I'm blind.
I don't know about new now, but if I remember correctly, we're the only ones without dark vision.
Okay, so at this point, there were some dimly lit torches the first couple turns, but when you turn or see the next turn straight away, you can't see anymore. You know there's a path there. You can see enough of the corner to tell it goes forward, but also you start to hear echoes of footsteps behind you.
Can I start going down the hallway and keep one of my hands
Sure.
on the wall?
Yep. Another. Which left? Not straight. That's not how you spell straight. Straight down a longer hallway with no light and no dark vision. You also heard footsteps behind her. So you're trying to move at all quickly? Or are you going slowly because you can't see and or being stealthy? What are you doing?
I will. Oh. I guess I'll go decently slowly, but if I hear anything behind me, I will start going a little faster.
I mean, you do hear some more footsteps, but they don't seem to be gaining on you at all.
Then I'll just go slowly.
All right. So you get takes a little bit, but you get probably shuffling more slowly, both for carefulness sake and also dark. I figure it probably takes you 2 or 3 minutes, but you make it down the 100-ish foot hallway. And your hand stops on what does not feel like stone anymore, but a probably heavy wooden door.
Is this door locked?
It does appear to be.
And I can't see.
Back.
I should have gone back and grabbed one of the torches. I should have.
Well, with what you have now, what do you want to do? You currently have a set of tools you were lockpicking tools you were given.
I guess I'll try to pick the lock without being able to see.
Give me a dexterity check. Seems plan A has been working for you so far. You're able to unlock the door.
You can't open the door now.
I don't know. Can you open the door? Do you have a working arm?
Yes. I open the door.
Unlocked the door
Do it.
and wasn't sure how hands work or opening doors. I only keep bugging you about it because you keep phrasing it that way.
Do
Like,
it.
I'm
can
a
I do
very
this?
paranoid person, and
Can
I
I do-
feel
can-
I
can I
get
do this?
worried
Well,
that I'm gonna get yelled at if I ask something wrong.
no, I'm gonna giggle. I'm gonna giggle at the silly way you phrase it. I'm never gonna be mad at you for asking a question when you're playing a game about questions.
Theizora just needs more
At
confidence.
most, I'll find the fact that you phrased it that way silly, but we all say dumb stuff.
Yeah.
But no, yes, you are. It does open.
All right.
The footsteps behind you are now starting to sound like they're getting closer a bit.
I'll enter the room.
Cool. So this is a reasonably well lit room. Probably still on the dim light side, but more than enough you have proper vision. And there seems to be walls and walls of scroll casings.
Are you kidding me? Okay. I'm gonna start looking for the spells I need, I guess.
Cool. Are you just going through every scroll you come across? Are you going to try to look for anything specific? I mean, I know generally what you're looking for specifically, but like, are you going to use a specific method of looking?
The casings, what do they look like?
Now you're asking the right questions. One on each of the three walls that the door is not on. Seem to look noticeably different than all the other ones.
Okay. I'm gonna take the three that look different and look at the... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. There also seems to be some sort of strange circle of runes in the center of the room.
Okay. The runes, what are they? Can I, like, relate them to anything?
They look similar to the ones you stood in to get here.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. The spells I have, can I take a look at each of them?
Yeah, two of them you can't read, and one of them looks like the same spell you read to get here.
Okay. I might... I figure out how to...
Not what to you.
Poor old bot. Go away.
I don't know how I'm gonna know if these are the spells I need, other than the one that I have to get here, or well, to get back, I should say.
What's that?
I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna know if these are the ones that I needed. The end of time.
Well, they're the only one. They're the only ones that look different, and there's one of them that you've read before, or something very similar at least.
Well, yeah, I know that one. I meant the ones that I couldn't read, but sure, I'll take them with me and I'll stand in the ruins.
Okay, that does more. As you go. Okay, well, that's why, because it already ended. As you go to cast the spell, get back, you feel yourself already starting to be pulled by magic. And just as you blink out of existence, you catch one last glimpse of the footsteps that were behind you. And it seems to be that purple figure you saw, which you can now see a more clear vision of. That looks like a hooded figure of about 3-ish feet tall.
Oh, fuck.
Akemi and Amira.
Yeah.
A moment later, the puddle of goo that used to be your sister appears. I'm kidding.
I knew it. She's Alex Mack?
She's back, but she's gloop.
That time I thought I was jelly.
You
Been reincarnated.
You do see Theizora reappear though, holding 2 spell scroll cases and one open one that appears to be empty.
You're alive.
Thank God you're back.
Mainly because I was going to start implying that some other version of the spell or something happened to you, but actually I realized in game you didn't go spend nearly as much time as the timer made it feel like, so you actually made it out fine with just your normal spell.
Yeah, we did have like 10-15 minutes for break, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, I did the math backwards. An hour of description time is actually about 10 minutes of in-game time. So, anyway, yes. So you reappear and you see people waiting for you.
All right. First of all, I'm gonna drop the form that I took because Soggy probably doesn't smell good.
Oh yeah.
So also you actually see wet Vulpe appear in front of you.
Wet 12-year-old Vulpe.
Yeah, that's what I was
Well,
about
a
to say.
12-year-old that's about a foot too tall.
Oh. Theizora? Question mark?
Dropping the form.
Okay, it is you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I might have messed up a little bit.
What did you do?
We'll talk about it later. Anyways, I think I got the spells. I'm gonna go over to the fucking.
The
He was a
gobble.
goblin, right?
Yep.
I'm still petting his pet.
I'm gonna hand him the spell scrolls to see if they're the right ones, first of all.
Imagine.
He makes sure to read it in his head and only enough to identify it. He doesn't waste them. It is your resurrection spell.
Okay, thank you.
Woohoo!
And that's the one I was looking for. Well done.
Thank you.
Now, what do you mean you fucked up a little?
So, when I went back, it was all like amber, hazy kind of thing. And there was a purple kind of figure. They weren't fully purple, I don't think. But anyway, they saw me, but I took the form of someone else, younger, and they kind of just followed me the entire time, I'm assuming. And when I found the spell scrolls and left, I saw them, and they were about 3 feet tall, and they were a hooded figure. So.
You said they had more of a purplish haze to them?
Yeah.
Well, good news, bad news.
What's the good news?
Oh no.
That's less bad than it could have been.
Okay. What's the bad news?
Means somebody came from the future to the same time I sent you to.
What?
What?
Okay.
Amber haze means past, purple haze means future.
Well, that's good to know that I didn't mess up as badly as I thought.
I
But
wasn't
it's
sure.
also
I wasn't sure if you'd see it the same as me or not, so I didn't bother mentioning it till it came up.
Well, I did. So.
Oh.
Well, I'm kind of glad you did, because at least now we know what the hell you saw.
Yeah. Thank you for helping me, by the way.
You're welcome. I myself can't cast this, but I can probably reach out to somebody who I'm pretty sure can.
Mhm.
I mean, it just needs to be from the same class, right? That can originally cast it?
Yes, although if someone who's not currently able to cast it tries, it might prove difficult.
I see, so I shouldn't try. Got
Yeah.
it.
No.
We would need to get...
You could, but there might be side effects.
I don't like the sound of that. We'll just get someone who can.
I'll be the last result.
Yeah.
And we also
But together
don't
you
need
put
to
yourself in your
wait
own spot.
and get the diamond that...
With a spell scroll, it's already been imbued with what it's needed.
Cool. Got it.
Who could have followed me in the future, though?
So, that
Crazy.
future thing, problem for another day. Because it was someone from the future, at worst, if it was somehow across timeline future, they knew that where they wanted to go back to, so like I said, if you're the one from the past, it's not as bad, especially if you didn't talk to them. That is it. It's their past, not yours. So if anything changes, it would be them and not us. The bigger concern was making sure we didn't fuck our own present up, which we did not.
Which is good. I'm glad that I was stealthy enough. Not that I had means about my own skills or anything, but like.
Oh, so do you want me to reach out to my contact?
If you could, I would very much so appreciate that.
Absolutely. Also, I never introduced myself. My name's Bobo the Gobbo.
Oh God. Nice.
Bubble.
Any
Bubbo.
any laugh you hear
Some
is
people-
out of
some
character.
people-
I swear.
Some people call me Bobby the Gobby.
Bobby the Gobby.
Well,
I like
it's
that one.
nice to meet you,
Nice.
Bobbo.
I hate my
Um,
birth. I hate my birth name. I don't like being Boblin the Goblin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Boblin. It's Toad.
Oh,
Your paladin is
no.
another time.
I
Sorry.
originally just wrote it in my notes as like a placeholder, and then I'm like, they haven't actually introduced themselves properly yet. So I'm just going to say it. So I wrote Bobbo the Gobbo, and then I'm like, well, now I got to say Bobby the Gobby and Boblin the Goblin, or it's not complete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Damn.
can. I think I could probably arrange for them to get here in a few minutes.
a few minutes.
That's a few minutes.
Cool. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they. When you're able to reliably cast a spell like this,
It's true. Yeah.
travel's not that hard.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Can I go over and try to pet his thing? Cause stress.
Yeah, it's already met you at least once before and seen him getting along with you, so it just lets you.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna sit down and pet it.
Are we all petting it currently?
Think so.
Pet party.
Listen, dives into the past while being followed by someone from the future. Terrifying.
It was Back to the Future all along.
So, a few minutes later, after about 10 minutes, someone appears on that circle. Vulpe's not with you, so that doesn't help. Is the Artificer one of the people that's there now?
What?
Where?
Waiting for the ritual.
No.
No, Artificer's with Vulpe.
Yeah.
Vulpe's not
it's split. It's split 3 and 3 right now.
Oh yeah, we're at the dorm.
Okay.
We need to stop splitting the party.
The only people there are Theizora, Akemi, and Amira.
Oh yeah.
We're
Kemi,
going to
you're
reconvene
eventually
the party.
learning one of the spells that this circle would work with, so that's close enough. You do realize that although it was used for a rather unique purpose, it's essentially a teleportation circle.
Yeah.
And someone seems to use it for its more traditional purpose and appears in front of you about 10 minutes later.
Woohoo!
Challenge us into the ring.
No.
No.
Roll initiative.
The person in question is familiar.
No.
Okay.
It's just Theizora. No.
When is it not? When is it not?
It's like, man, why is shit gotta be so connected?
Well, you have no idea how connected.
Oh God.
I'm enjoying it. This is
The person who appears.
Yeah.
We're not 6 people away from knowing everyone in the world. We're like 2 people away from knowing everyone in the world.
You actually only know about 10 people. I'm just using this first campaign to establish a bunch of powerful NPCs, some of which
Amita.
might die by the end of the campaign.
Armida.
Yeah, so Theizora, your mother appears.
Yay.
On the circle.
Mom.
Oh, hi, mother.
Hello.
Hello.
I believe I was summoned
Thank
for
you
a
for
ritual.
being polite.
This might not end well.
Oh, they're cool. They're cool.
Great. What are you talking about?
Ah, yes. With the case you just stole from debatably your mother.
Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And you know, your
Wait a
mother
minute.
also
This was in
didn't
the Fey
use.
archive.
Mom, I can explain.
This also means your mother had it at one point. Before you went to take it.
She's probably wondering what happened to it.
Mom,
That's
you
so that's
know,
why Wally wasn't revived sooner.
you know Babo the Gobbo?
Yeah, we go way back.
Okay.
Oh,
no.
how back?
Everybody,
How far back?
everybody, give me a perception check.
Oh, everybody heal?
Everybody that's there, yeah.
14. That's bad. Nat 20. Nice.
Fast.
Good job.
Thank you.
That's 2 nat 20s this session.
Theizora got smarter since going to the past.
Yeah.
Gain
Got
that
more
past
perspective.
knowledge.
RNG decided that he wanted to like today.
Yeah, so it wasn't a super high DC, so you actually all notice it anyway.
Yay.
She's definitely eyeballing the scrolls for the cases. And she's got a weird smirk on her face.
He's like,
What's that look, Mom?
Hmm?
What's the look?
Would we know this look?
I was wondering where those went.
Oh, wait. So that means. Oh, that's weird how that works.
Been looking for those for over a decade.
Sorry, Mom.
You can thank him.
Anywho, it's apparently time to use one of them anyway. So
And we're standing there watching the chaos unfold upon itself.
I obviously would have offered to use it had I known where it was.
Yeah.
Okay, now we know where it is.
Now, now you know what happened to it.
Theizora, what do we learn about stealing from ourselves in the past?
So you telling me I could have been revived if you just, I don't know, didn't go back to the fucking past?
I'm sorry.
Imagine if Theizora just said no, broke the whole timeline, campaign ends right there.
Yeah, it seems like we did some extra steps that weren't really necessary here.
And losing something in the process. But,
Our innocence?
Yep.
Oh, wait.
My body!
No, the
No, after that.
The other spell school
Oh, that's true, yeah.
that we don't know what it is. Steve, you're not innocent.
Abby, it's just Back to the Future. That's all you gotta know.
No, it's that one homunculus. It's just a clone spell. Steve is actually just Bobby the Gobbly squared.
The fuck?
Steve, I already have to figure out where I'm gonna put you. I don't think we need 8 people.
So you guys see something that the two of you have not seen before. Until today, you've never seen your mother wear the outfit she's wearing or the necklace around her neck.
What's the necklace around her neck look like? And what's the outfit too?
Well, the outfit is sort of purple and green robes, sort of a deep purple and like a mid-tone green. And the necklace has a pendant on it. Not the same symbol, but very similar in size and style to one Wally wore. However, it's clearly a different symbol, but it is quite clearly a holy symbol. This one is a pair of 6-sided dice with One's with one of the dice show it facing a 1 outward, and the other one facing a 6 out.
And I roll religion to see if I know what god it belongs to.
It's our mom. Ask her.
Oh, I want to see first.
I want to roll dice.
Sure. I was debating if I was going to make you roll or not, but sure, go ahead and roll.
18.
Yes. That is. I'm just deciding how exactly I want to pronounce the name, version of the name I gave. Yeah, that's how I envision it. So I'll just say that is Fortutio, god of change and luck. An oddly appropriate god for changelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Not the only acceptable god, of course. You're still a person with your own thoughts. You can believe in whatever god you want, but certainly one that you would imagine if a changeling was going to dip into religion without an existing like family history, that's probably the one they'd start with.
I'm surprised I wasn't worshipping that one.
Well, did you think about it?
Well, I didn't know that one existed.
I thought about it. Nah, I want lightning.
That's because your domain doesn't make sense for it.
Yeah.
Your race does, and that is kind of why I picked it for her. But I mostly picked it because of her cleric domain. And you are not the same kind of cleric.
That's true.
Wait a minute.
So,
So
it's falling into place now.
Yeah.
The puzzle pieces. Wait, it's just Earth? It's always been Earth.
Damn.
So let me just double check the actual, because this part's going to have somewhat mechanical elements to it in the sense that I do want to describe the spell, like elements that you guys would sit through and see and stuff correctly. Let me pull this up. Okay, so it is an hour long like that. So she begins to do an hour-long ritual.
Pikachu.
And you see at the end of the hour ritual, she calls out the last incantation and reaches her hand out as if she's reaching for an invisible person, essentially. The spell scroll glyphs finish lighting up, and the scroll burns away. Nothing obviously happens. And she comes out of her sort of casting trance with a worried look on her face.
Mom?
Yes, dear.
Are you okay?
Yes? I think so.
You think so?
I couldn't find him.
What?
So that scratches out the willing part of it. But does that mean his soul isn't free?
It means one of two things. I don't think it means his soul is not free. I have had that happen one other time I tried this. And I could still feel something, I just couldn't reach it.
I see.
Well, what does it mean then?
Yeah, this has never happened before, but my only logical conclusion, combining what I've known from these kind of rituals before, and the only thing that I've never had happen before to come to a logical guess, He's already alive somewhere.
What?
Oh.
Wait,
And that's
what?
where we'll end for this week.
What?
Nuh-uh. You can't do this. You can't do that.
Oh, I saw it.
The
I saw
maniacal
it.
laughing.
I was trying to be so quiet. Thank you.
How dare you?
I knew you were gonna
Wally,
love
you
that
did
one.
such a good job. Now that's some top-notch scheming. That's how you scheme.
As soon as
Okay.
I heard, yeah, I call my contact in 10 minutes. I'm like, huh? Oh, okay. I know what he's gonna do. It just threw me
What?
for a second. I'm like, oh.
Okay, that's a real cliffhanger.
It
That
really
yeah,
is.
that
Yeah.
I like that cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
For
guessing we're
what?
now at the end of the beginning arc. Now we're getting into deep shit.
So, just for the purpose of keeping my notes accurate to the boxes I'm putting them in, we'll say that before that her time before from arriving to doing the ritual, we'll say she ended up needing you guys to rest because she needed help with it or something. So technically speaking, when we start next session, we will basically for more or less this whole session, but certainly all the parts that matter the most in terms of the recovery of items and things, we're technically on the 15th day. Because it's easier for me to track notes and time that way.
So we can take a long rest.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I didn't do anything.
I've
did
been
anybody
needing
do
my spell
anything?
slots back.
Well, I think.
why was I missing 10 HP? Oh wait, because I didn't
Because we
rest
just
after update.
Oh, I thought
yeah.
every time we've leveled up before, it was just like your full health and whatnot.
It's
No,
because
he has the long rest.
yeah, no. It's just usually when we level up we get a long rest.
That's what I was saying.
But not this time.
Ah. Well, now this time, it was
Now
just
this
delayed.
time-
Walking
It was
around.
just delayed.
Yeah, for real.
Well, whoops, I already did it, so I'm good.
So
There's a lot of humming
now
and hawing.
for the next fun part.
Yay!
Because obviously I didn't tell them exactly how and when I was going to do stuff, but the player that was involved with Wally's stuff more or less knew what was going to happen, just a matter of specifics. We've now reached the end of the part he knows anything about.
Yeah, nice.
Technically, he knows a little bit more than you still, in the sense of, like, he knows who did what to cause his real resurrection. But he has no idea where I
But
placed
I'll
him on
never
the.
tell.
He has no idea where I placed him on the map. He has no idea what condition he's physically or mentally he's actually in.
Nope.
Where
If there's been
is
any kind
where is
weird
I gotta
Wally?
guess.
playing soul torturing. He doesn't know what he's
Fine,
coming back to.
Wally.
Instead
He
of
Hey,
just
where did
where's
you
knows.
say that
Wally,
lightning
there's
struck
Wally.
again?
Where's Wally?
He just knows that technically speaking, Wally is alive. In the physical sense
Hey.
of the word.
Oh, that's good.
Paul, where'd you say that red lightning struck again?
None of your damn business.
Outside.
I think we're getting too close to the truth.
I got it from my good friend Nunya.
Thanks for the reminder. I forgot about the red lightning.
Oh, I know Mr. Business. I know him very well.
I'm also kind of sad that Theizora didn't do. Where is he, Mom? I was hoping for that so badly.
Where is he, Ma?
I had to urge.
Wait a minute. You said that we have a missing person?
Huh?
Schemes and divination magic.
Hey, I've
Oh.
already I can already propel locate creature. So it's
Estimate that's like
Wally's
a
not a
character's whole
creature.
thing.
Yeah.
By technicality, you are in fact a creature.
Yeah.
Everyone is
Yeah, I
a
guess,
creature.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to do locate object, because who knows if Wally has the same gear or anything.
And he
Yeah,
sure as
which
hell
is-
made his object himself. So.
Well, it's fine because I doubt you're within 1,000 feet of us.
Oh.
So
Only
either
time
one
will tell.
won't work.
Catch you next time on D&D.
D&D.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm gonna go. But I will be back if you guys are still here within the time span that I come back.
Cool. Oh, I'll stop the recording now.